Hi, guys. Oh, chat stirs. Hey, Mordecai. Hey, Key Wester. Infinite One. Catfish Customs. Hello. Rumpel. Stephen Young. Put these on, see if I can hear a little better. Okay, let's see. Cindy. Sharian. Jackie, Scott, James, Carol, Cheryl. Oh gosh, I'm sorry, my eyes are not. With Cheryl, where I saw Cheryl, Carol, Cheryl, Heather Cohen. Wow. Christina, Infinite One, Janie, Trish, Dana, Rob. All right, let me see if I can move this thing a bit. Pretty amazing, man, all this technology. It's really quite amazing. I hope you guys are having a wonderful evening. Manuela, Donde, Joy, great name, Joy, right? Rubia, Trish, Janie, we saw. So a couple of things that I wanted to expand on from this morning. There are a couple of points that I just want to kind of like touch on before. I hope they're relatively short. This idea of not overthinking things, of like allowing, of thinking, of wanting, of asking a question of yourself, and then kind of like learning to not to overthink the question. In other words, not to question yourself. Like when you think of something, like I thought of the title tonight, and it just goes, of course, it's Inside the Storm. I didn't start a debate with myself. I didn't say, well, that's really not, is that really the, I didn't go there. I just said, okay, Inside the Storm. Now it's Habbening. That was, yeah, I'm just, what I'm saying is that we're coming into an era where we have to intuit a little more, and we have to use our intellect a little less. We're moving from the tree of knowledge into the tree of life. So I think that's an important part. I mean, you guys it may be that each person is different in that respect, and that there are many gradations of this kind of thought stream. But like I said, there were rabbis who said that, a certain number would come into their mind, and then they would second guess it, and it was a mistake. That you have to kind of, that you might want to, you might not have to, you might want to learn how to like consider things without second guessing yourself, without doubting yourself, without getting, like Amalek. They said, what's the horrible thing about Amalek is that he made people doubt. He made people doubt themselves, doubt their faith. And that's the real danger. And they say we have to eradicate Amalek from the face of the planet. It doesn't necessarily mean a people called Amalek, but it could be. But it's really the coldness, the doubt that we've been trained to have about our own thinking. We've just been trained through the millennium to doubt ourselves, to not really trust our own thinking. Say, well, what are the real people thinking? What do the experts say? And now we're coming to an age where the experts are, a lot of them are wearing these funny boots. I mean, they're clearly, we've clearly been allowed the planet to be run by criminal gangsters in suits. And we're coming to understand that that maybe I know something. Maybe just being me, just being kind of like, just having an intuition, having a thought, having a conscience, having, the ability to reason, having escaped one of the greatest challenges ever to face humanity. I mean, a lot of you have given up. Those posts that say, you guys are like the heroes of the world. You gave up. You gave up your jobs. You gave up marriages. You gave up everything because you believed in a certain principle, you believed in a certain idea, you understood something. And this is colossal. It shows tremendous courage and tremendous patience under fire. A lot of people crumbled. The big guys, I heard that the head of a big drug company that starts with P couldn't go on a plane because he didn't get and that just makes me want to, that I can't really macabre, I can't really receive this kind of information. Just like, and I didn't finish this statement before, just like on 9/11, when I looked out the window, I was on the third story of a classroom in Park Slope, which is very close to downtown Manhattan. When I looked out the window, my mind could not receive the information that my eyes were seeing. I couldn't understand what I was seeing. I just saw a lot of flames, and I said, I don't know what I'm looking at. I mean, I didn't think that. I just turned away because it didn't make sense to me. It didn't make sense to me what I was seeing. And the same with the idea that this particular CEO didn't, do that. I mean, that's a kind of like, to see that, to really understand that thought is not something that I'm really capable of. And that's why these people have gotten away with it all these years, because we as human beings, as compassionate, as kind, as loving human beings, I mean, on different scales, I mean, some of us more than others, it doesn't matter, but we have that. And these people, these elites, these reptilians, these Moilech. I saw a Simpson episode, and he was falling out of a high building. He was actually pushed off a high building, and they slowed down the footage so you could see the internal message. And as he was falling down, the word Moilech came, and then when he fell even further into the earth, it said reptiles. I mean, this was on The Simpsons, and then it came down to earthquakes. They were making earthquakes underground. This kind of conscious evil, of conscious destruction, of conscious control of human beings on the planet is being exposed, and that's why we're in the storm. That's why I saw this newscaster talking about, all of a sudden, the opposite of life rate went way up. I look really blue. Is that uncomfortable to look at? Let me just see if I can adjust a bit. Let's see which one is so blue. They're all. Oh, I see what I'm doing here. Okay, let's go to number 1. Get them out of the blues a bit. Okay, let's see if we can get them a little more. Let's see if we can. Funny. Okay, let's now. It's not working. There we go. A little more. There we go. Okay, I look a little more humanoid now. Anyway, yeah. So okay. So I don't know if I made my points, but my point is, was originally that we have to, that we have to start to trust ourselves. We have to learn how to be. And also, I think part of that, I was thinking that part of that is to think less and do more, to do more with less thought into it. In other words, figure out what you're doing and just do it. That's what I'm learning myself, living on my own. Living on my own right now is a big experiment, and it's a big challenge, and it's a big part of my ascension process, because I'm learning how to maximize my time. I'm learning how to live, what I like to eat, what I like to do, how I don't think I've been in a situation like this in many, many years. I think since I left my second wife. Was it my second wife? Was I independent? No, because when I left my second wife, I went right into yeshiva. So I didn't have any time to really establish a home. So I haven't done this since I left my first wife, where I had my own home and got to really experience, what it's like to make choices for yourself. So I'm really going through a lot of like process issues, but I love it. I'm loving it, and I'm loving, like for example, today I had a water filter put into my sink. I had one at my other house, and I have this kind of like a big thing that has a filter in it, but I kept seeing like stuff growing in the bottom of my water supply. Algae was growing in the water supply, like a lot of it. And I said, I need to, but the idea of like from getting the thought, okay, I need a water filter, to getting it done, that time could be minimized, that I have a dish in the sink, do I want to wait till later do I want to wait till, sometimes I do the dishes in the morning. The first thing I get up, I see a few dishes in the sink. I do the dishes. Do I really want to wake up tomorrow morning and do dishes the first thing in the morning, or do I want to just do it now? And these kinds of things, they although they seem small, this really, I believe, it makes a big difference in the whole scheme of things. That you get to a point where you're not all about well, should I do this? Should I do that? You're just, okay, I need to do this, this, and this. I make a list in the morning. I say I need towels I need new towels. I need a second bed. So when my son comes, these are things that have been on my mind. And if, like I was saying the other night in this thing about getting things done, this book that my friend gave me, he said, don't have things in your mind. Don't let your mind cloud up with, if you're spending 3 months thinking it's time to get a couch so I don't have to sleep on the floor when my son comes over. If I'm spending that much time on it, it's not good. I need to like just get it done. And I think that's for me, that's a huge thing. So that's one part of this, of what I wanted to say, is about trusting your own instincts, trusting your own thoughts, trusting. Yes, we want to create our future. We want to vibrate. We want to tell God what we need. But there are a lot of things that we can just take care of ourselves. Okay, so that's one part of this issue. Now, I want to also comment on what Elon Musk said. He said, very soon we're going to have guaranteed income. He's talking about Nasara Jasara. We're all going to have what we need income-wise. We're going to get paid just to exist. He said the problem is going to be that people, if they, a lot of having a job gives you a sense of purpose. And if you don't have a sense of purpose, and we've talked about Viktor Frankl, and the survivors in the camps were the ones that had a sense of purpose. So that's why I say, don't wait for the RV, don't wait for Nasara Jasara, don't wait for, the big arrest and the EBS. I mean, Gila, I hope you're not listening. If you are, we have this running debate, but yes, you could be excited. I'm not saying you shouldn't be thinking about these things. They're wonderful things. And if they get you through the day, listen, I don't live in the 3D world. So I'm not judging you. I'm just saying for myself that I really want to, I don't want to wait to have a sense of purpose. I don't want to wait for the RV and say, oh yeah, I'm going to do this, this, and this. I want to do this now. I mean, I'm lucky enough to be in a position where I can do that. But it started with me having the intention that I wanted to do something meaningful in my life. And I really worked on it. I really was in a state of complete and utter paralysis. Like I said, I had to hypnotize myself for months. I couldn't sleep through the night. I was so scared about going to work the next day. I was like, well, will I be able to sleep through the night? What if I wake up at 2 a.m? Will I be able to go to work? Will I be groggy? And work was like, are they watching me now? Am I doing the right things? It was just constant worry. Like really, they had broken me. And I just said, I'm going to get out of prison. I'm going to escape, and I'm going to live a nice life. And I did this. I mean, I made it. I created this. I created this whole life. I got this, somebody came over, my friend came over to put in the water filter. He's like, I can't believe your place, man. It's gorgeous. I'm like, yes, it is. But it didn't just come out of nowhere. It didn't just like, okay, I think I'm going to go get a place like on the water somewhere. It's like, it's step by step, but it's like having a sense that like, I want to do something and doing it. And if you can't do it, if you're paralyzed, hypnotize yourself or get therapy or whatever you need to do. Go for a walk in the woods, whatever it is. So that's what I'm saying, because Elon Musk was saying that people will have what they need, but the question is, will they have a sense of purpose? And if you don't have a sense of purpose, I know because I've been there. When I was on drugs many, many years ago, I didn't have a sense of purpose. I was miserable. I was angry and confused and just I would get so intoxicated because I couldn't bear living life. I was so depressed without a sense of purpose. I mean, I had these talents. I was a musician then. I had talents. I was a writer. I knew I had the goods, but without actualizing it, without without actually doing it, without making it work, it doesn't necessarily add up to much. So, be like Viktor Frankl, and with a sense of purpose, we're going to get through this. Now, I don't want to call it it. I don't want to call it this because I've had channels taken down for using the H word, from, with what we went through in Germany in the Second World War was the H. That apparently I'm not allowed to say that on YouTube, but this is one of those things. You may not think it, you may not see it the same way. You're not seeing people, getting, eliminated on the street by the bad boys. It's more like a quiet, behind the scenes. You go to your doctor, you get it done. You're quiet. You quietly, you quietly release yourself during your sleep. Nobody's any wiser. Everything is cool. Not a big fuss. Tucker Carlson, man. I mean, tonight he was saying it's the, and again, I can't really say it here, but you know what I'm talking about. The rate of people leaving the planet has gone up 40%, which is, he said, if it was 10%, it would be huge, but 40%, man. And, still people don't really put it together, and that's okay. They're innocent, they're loving, but, so what's happening? Yes. So that's what's happening. What is happening is that we are in the storm. And what that means is that we are waking up to the fact that we've been had. And that's what's happening. I don't have to read individual stories. I mean, we may do that. I mean, at this point, I'm finding a lot of my news sources are really biased and pretty disgusting. But I think without that, we don't need. I got to check out the intel. What is? I don't mention names, but what are they saying? What did he say? What did he say in his last report? I listened to the X-22 report for years. Every morning I couldn't function. I couldn't go to work without listening to the X-22 report. And at a certain point, it's just like, I understand what he's saying, man. I don't need the intel. It's happening. It's happening right now. This is the storm. I mean, we don't need big billboards. We don't need to be, whoa. Look at that. Whiplash said, we're in the storm. We don't need that anymore. We've been following this. We know the game. We've been doing this for years already. We've been waiting for these events. They told us it was going to happen, and it's happening. It's happening, man. So this is the storm. We are in the storm, inside the storm right now. The information is coming out. When Tucker Carlson says 40%, man, I mean, that's called the flood. I mean, when you see 6 governors walking around in boots, that's called the flood. When, what do we need to see? We need to see, I don't know. People are telling me all these things are happening. Yeah, I know. We got these train things are, yeah. Anyway, so that's my rant for the night. I think that's all I'm going to say. But I think we get. I think you guys get what I'm saying. Tracy, man, what's up? Tracy, okay? What happened? I missed it. Yeah. What, Shira? What you need to rewatch? I missed something here. I'm sorry. Let's see. Do I have enough juice? Yeah, I have some juice. I'm sorry I was blabbing. I missed the whole. We're way down here. Right, but Gloria, but there are ways that we can take action. There are ways. I mean, you have these things. There are ways that we don't have to surrender to it. We can take action. We have to look at the reality in the face. It's horrific. It's horrific what they did to us. Horrific. It's like the religions, like in my town, they're like, yeah, absolutely, go for it, man. Smartest people on the planet. Learn Torah all day, learn Talmud, learn Hasidus, learning for generations. Just said, oh yeah, we could do that. Yeah, it's very sad. I'm not trying to minimize the pain, but I'm just saying that it's shocking. It is shocking, but we have to keep moving forward. We have to be like Nachshon. What are we going to do? Just say, okay, man, that's it. I give up. We're not that way. You're tricked into it. A lot of people are tricked. A lot of really smart people are tricked into it. But there's stuff you can do about it. You can fix yourself. That's what I did. I talked to Dr. Stacy today. There's ways to fix it. And is it expensive compared to the treatments, compared to the insurance? A couple of patches for a couple $100? Is it expensive? I don't know. Is your life worth it? I don't know. I mean, I'm not trying to sell these things. I mean, I'm just saying that, and there are, and it's not just these products. I mean, I know Simon Parks and there are a lot of people, and SG Anon sells a certain product. There are products you have to move forward. You can't just take this stuff lying down. This is a war, man. This is a war. Think of the Civil War. That song I sang last night. The night they drove old Dixie down. These are the bad guys. If it wasn't going to be with a war, they were going to figure out a way to do a bloodless war, and that's what it was. But it doesn't mean we're going to just surrender and say, okay, man, that's it. I don't think. Anyway, it's exciting, shocking at the same time. Yeah. Yes, they are vegan. Absolutely vegan. There's nothing, this doesn't put anything in your body. It just reflects your own light. It reflects your own light back at you. And you can fix your DNA. You can fix your stem cells. I mean, you can fix your etzem, your essence. And ASEA also. And it's not about, I mean, I like these products. I feel good. I've been taking ASEA for a couple months now. I've been dealing with the LifeWave patches. I've been eating these shakes from Purium. I mean, but and there are other things. I know there are all kinds of, like, there's the pine needle tea and stuff. We have to fight back. We can't just lay down and give it up. I think, yeah, I mean, I appreciate that, Cindy. I mean, I don't like to, I just don't like to, I don't like to push these things, but I mean, there are alternatives, and that's just part of it. That's just one part. But yeah, to cure yourself, to make sure your blood can move. I mean, I think that's pretty important. Ginger, rosemary, mint teas. Yeah, I mean, there's a lot we can do. Right. Yeah, I know there's not much you can do with other people. I mean, you just have to just be compassionate and understand that, as Manus Friedman says, there's no such thing as death. There's no such thing. What that means, I'm not on a level to understand. What he means by that, you have to get it from him. Garlic is awesome, yes, and ginger also, and it's very easy to get. I would stay away from Chinese garlic personally. I don't buy that because I don't really know what they do with it. I like to buy American garlic. Your brother-in-law passed away. I'm so sorry. It's a war, man. This is not nothing. This is a huge, this is the war of all wars. This is the biggest war that's ever taken place on the planet, and it's against the enemy. For finally we're fighting the real enemy. We're energy, yeah. So, but I mean, you guys know this. I mean, I know I'm singing to the choir, and am I giving you intel? Yes. You don't need the intel anymore. Don't waste your time. I mean, I don't think at this point, I mean, maybe some of you who are new to this, you want to spend some time, but we've been doing this for years. This is not about becoming great at intel. That was part of it, was to become discerning, but it's focus, ascension. We have to keep going up. We have to align with our godly purpose. We have to do the right things. We have to survive. I mean, I don't know. And sewer water. Yeah. I mean, that could be starting. That's why I don't buy Chinese garlic. Hey, Vincent. Ascend. Yeah. Yeah. We got to ascend, Karen. I mean, we don't have a choice. I mean, you do have a choice, but the wrong choice is not acceptable to us. Alive and perky, man. That's exactly right. A sense of purpose, sense of action, a sense of Seder. I mean, this is a very important part of Judaism that I learned because I come from a very permissive background. I came from a very secular background, and I needed discipline. That's why a lot of people really benefit from going to the army. I never went to the army, but I went to yeshiva, and they said, you gotta have a schedule during your day. You gotta and that's important. Like, I have a pretty good schedule, and I've been doing it so many years that I can break it for a couple days and still and know that that's part of the schedule. Part of the schedule is not doing the schedule sometimes and doing other things, but staying on task, man, being healthy enough to stay on task, being alert enough, being aware of your consciousness. Like, you know what happened to me today? I was looking at, I opened up a Facebook page, and I saw like a whole world that I never really opened my Facebook, and I saw like a whole world. And I got completely lost. I mean, my attention I got so into it. I was like, wow, look at this world. There's a world here. I could contact people on a one-to-one basis on this platform. I was just like blown away, to the effect that when I came out of it, I said, what? I really felt like I had gone out of my body. I didn't remember what I had been doing, and I said, "What did I just do?" I couldn't remember what I just did. I said, What was I doing? I don't remember." And then I thought, "Oh, I was looking at Facebook." And I had no idea how much time went by. I don't think a lot of time, 'cause I don't give myself a lot of time to do that kind of thing. But it was just like, the fact that I was aware enough to understand that, like, I really don't remember. Usually, I'm like, "Okay, what did I do in the last what did I do, t I am conscious of everything that I do." I'm like, "Oh, I just washed the dishes, I put away I cleaned up the bathroom again, I swept, I did the laundry, I made my bed," all these things. When you're living alone, I don't wanna live in a rat hole. I don't wanna live in, I don't wanna see, I don't want to have 5 shirts hanging on chairs in my dining room all the time. I don't want that. I want to put everything away. I want everything in its place. I want to be efficient so I can produce what I think is really valuable to me and maybe other people, which is like to stay up and stay positive and to get through this slug. It's a slug, man. I mean, when you if you read Man's Search for Meaning, Viktor Frankl is talking about, men, they marched these guys in the cold where they didn't have shoes, but they just kept going on. And it's not that different now. Even though we don't have, we have shoes, but it's the same struggle against the same enemy. This is trivia, really? You think this is trivia? I don't know. You think this is trivia? I'm getting caught up in trivia. Or you're saying, like, don't get caught up in trivia. Yeah, don't get caught up in trivia. But this is not trivia. This is essential. This is life. Yeah, because you're going through a tremendous transition, Shell. You're like waking up big time, and it's disturbing. And that's part of the process. Part of the process is going down and getting up and figuring out, well, okay, I'm feeling down. I'm not good. I mean, listen, I battled depression for years when I was younger. I mean, I know how debilitating it can be. It's paralyzing. It's the worst pain a human being can feel is depression. So, I know for myself, man, the key for my functioning is just to keep doing stuff. Yeah, maybe it sounds like it's trivial, but it's not trivial to me. My dishes, there's no dishes in my sink right now. I have, I have 2 dish drains. I have one for milkix and one for flakes. I mean, and my stovetop is I cleaned it for the first time since I got here. I mean, um the normies will go, they must be going through shock. This is the storm. The information is coming out. They were duped. Yeah, but I mean, yeah, right. I want to send not go the other way, right. But I think a lot of the ascension process, there's a key concept in Judaism called tikkun olam. What is tikkun olam? It means, like, when I was young, I wanted to be famous. I wanted to change the world. I wanted to do all these things, and it led me nowhere. So tikkun olam, the idea of tikkun olam is like, just fix your world. Make your bed, clean your dishes. Tikkun olam means fix what's around you. You don't have to fix the whole world right now. You just fix what's around you, and you focus on just doing the next right thing and keeping your hands busy. Um, when I was younger, I went to Columbia. I was a writer, and it was very difficult. It was a very difficult thing to do, to write all day. And then eventually, I discovered carpentry. I started doing things with my hands, and it was so liberating. It was so liberating to be able to actually build something, to put in a window, to change a window for somebody, or, put in a door, or, all the little things when I first started. It was just so exciting to actually do something, to get out of your mind. That's what I'm really saying, is that, like, you don't want to get, the mind is a dangerous neighborhood. You don't want to go in there alone. Somebody once said that to me, but you want to just, yeah, exactly right, Tracy. That's exactly right. That's exactly right. That says it all. Tracy just hit the nail on the head. Before enlightenment, chop wood, carry water. After enlightenment, chop wood, carry water. That's exactly what I'm saying. Yeah, vibrational music, I do it all the I still do that stuff, man. I do it every day. This morning I did it. I was like, I didn't take a shower for 2 days. I was like, Ellie's like, come on, man. What's up with that? I put on my music. I put on the 528 or 423, whatever it is, the 369 music. And I did my exercises, and I mean, it wasn't easy. It's not always easy. It's not like, okay, time to, I mean, some days it is, some weeks it's easy. But right now there's so much going on. There's so much turmoil. There's so much 369. Yeah, there's so much stuff going on that it's very easy to get lost in the intel. And that's what I'm trying to avoid. I don't want I don't want this to be an intel channel. Like I said, there are plenty of intel channels. And yet, this is intel. This is the real intel. I had 2 moms, both Geminis. Wait, I wanna see that one. I'm still trying to get past my yes, I know the feeling. I was just married to a Gemini, man. They will rock your world. I mean, what did I have? I had a Taurus. I think a Virgo, right? The second one was a Virgo. Oh my God, Virgos. But anyway, yeah. And I bought a house with a, what's the Ram one? What's the one with the Ram? I forget what the name is, but the Ram one, man, she was probably the worst of all of them. Um, yeah, Gemini rising, man. Tomorrow's a new day, right? Absolutely, shall. And and just what I'm saying from the beginning was that, like, don't be hard on yourself. Try to stay at Aries, right? The Aries. Oh my God, my coming home to her was like, it was a nightmare. One of her ex-boyfriends met me. I met him, and she says, you could just feel her vibes in the house, man. She just had, it was just like pure negativity. And I saw some pictures recently of her. You could see how depressed she was. She was always, but I had two lovers that were stoned all the time. And they were very good, physically to be with. That was very pleasurable. But you're an Aries. I'm not knocking Aries. I'm just saying the one that I bought a house with, she was, and her old boyfriend says, "Oh my God," he said, just coming home to her is like such a bummer. It's like, I said, "Oh yeah, I kind of know what you mean." Um, Taurus, yeah. Yeah, my first wife was a Taurus, and she was probably the best of them all. And I'm also kind of partial. There's whatever, but you're not bossy anymore, yeah. But yeah, I mean, we have to have a sense of humor, but it's a beautiful world. Listen, it's a beautiful world. I live in a kaleidoscope up here. I mean, I'm just like, anytime that I don't know what to do, I just look out the window and I'm just like, oh my God, look at that. It's phenomenal. But how did I get here? I have no idea how I ended up here. It was just God. God just was like, but I worked for years, man. I mean, I was afraid to go to work. I mean, I hated work. They were so mean to me. And I was like, this is my life. My life is to be this guy who, like, hopefully has his job next Friday. I mean, I never knew when they were going to come after me, and they'd come after me for months. They'd try everything. They tried everything to get rid of me because, I had tenure. It was like, But I said, in like, I think it was like 2019, I said, maybe it wasn't even me. It was just like God said to me. Maybe God said, "Okay, Ellie, it's time for you to like grow up and have a life and like be successful. Don't stop fighting yourself. Stop doubting yourself. Stop being afraid." Even my mashpia in Judaism, we have what's called mashpiim, which is means like an advisor. And my advisor was like, he's like, "You're afraid to go to work. You're afraid of those people. What's wrong with you?" He's like, Get a grip, man. You're a human being. You don't have to be afraid, And he talked to me. He got me through it. And then I became obnoxious, because I'm like, okay, and I was making some money, I had YouTube, whatever. But I mean, it's good anyway. It's a great adventure, but you just have to make the conscious decision to go for it and to become successful. It's not just going to come, and you're not going to just. I personally don't believe you're just going to sit there on the couch and start dreaming about how you're winning the lottery and all that, and it's going to happen. I mean, maybe it does happen that way. It doesn't happen for me. I got to work for it, and that's the good news, because the work. That's what Elon was saying. He's saying, what are people going to? How are they going to feel a sense of purpose if they don't have jobs? And that's where it's important. That's why the intel, we are inside the storm, and that means we, me included, need to really understand our divine purpose and to go for it. What does bring me joy? Like okay, here's another thing that I thought, and this is intel. Okay, so where I lived in Crown Heights, I used to go for bike rides in the afternoon, late afternoon, to get some exercise. Now I go to bike rides to go shopping. Like, I have to ride on the boardwalk to get to Stop and Shop. It's a pretty long bike. So it's like, which is better, going for a bike ride or riding to the store on your bicycle? Which is better? It's going to the store on your bicycle, because you're riding with a sense of purpose. If I'm just going around, I'm looking at women, I'm thinking like, why don't I have a girlfriend like that? How come I don't have? I mean, these are the kind of things I was thinking. I don't think that when I ride. I'm thinking about like, I got to get my blueberries. I have to remember this time to buy the blueberries, and not just walk out without them. And it's like I went there, and I got off my, I didn't have a lot of time, because I procrastinated, because I got lost on Facebook for like, I think it was like 45 minutes. I was just completely out of my body. I did not have any connection to this reality. I was glued to my computer with this Facebook thing. It took me out of my body, and to the point that I had to say to myself, "Where have I been?" And because of that, I lost some time. No biggie. This is God's world. Things happen. You don't want to beat yourself up over everything that happens to you. It's a good thing. It was a pleasant experience. Listen, I loved it. But riding, I thought to myself, as I was, because I was a little late, I had to ride, I had to pump hard, and I was just thinking to myself, this is so much better than going to the park and riding around trying to find fun. It's so much better I love the ride. I need the exercise. I got, I need the aerobics. And it was a joy. I got in there. I didn't find myself, there was one really pretty woman that came by me, and I was like, if you look at her, she's gonna walk away, and if you don't look at her, she's gonna walk away. What's the difference? Why even bother with it? And I just like walked away. I'm just like, you know what? I can't wrap my I don't have time. I don't even know what to do with those kinds of thoughts anymore. I don't understand them anymore. I don't, because I've spent so many years like thinking these thoughts. I'm just like, you know what? I got groceries to get. I don't have time for this. Yeah, she's gorgeous. She's a gorgeous woman, and yes, I would love to, spend time with her, but it would probably work out pretty poorly in the long run. I mean, all my experience, all my romances always end up. I'm just like, I got to get my blueberries, man. I got stuff to do. I got to get back. I got to make it, and that's having a sense of purpose. And the ride back was, I was like, I'm late. I got to get, and it's just like having purpose in your life. That's what Viktor Frankl said. That's where, Shell. That's where, and we don't always have it, and society doesn't give it to you. Anyway, I'm ranting. I've ranted for like over a half hour, 45 minutes. Um, I saw a woman in the grocery store. I mean, I fall in love, like I could fall in love 30 times a day if I allow myself. I'm just that way. I've been that way since I was a little boy. I fell in love with every woman I've ever seen in my life. I instantly fall in love with. So I know myself. And it's like it's not good for me. It's not like she's the one. I mean, you can't do that to yourself. I have to, at some point, I have to say to myself, you know what? She could be the one, but probably not, man. There've been, 10,000. She's the one's feelings in my, I got grocery. I got a life. I have a purpose in life. I don't, yes, I'm renting, but I think it's good. I am renting. So what's the big intel tonight? The big intel is that we're in the storm. That's the intel. You want to get granular about it? Go get granular about it, man. I'm not going to obsess about it. What this one happened, or this got arrested, or that. Why should I waste my life on that? That's like, it's it's bush league, man. It's minor leagues. The big picture is what Elon Musk said is that we're all going to have money, we're all going to have what we need. What is our purpose? What is our sense of purpose? That's the intel. It's huge. It's much bigger than what you're going to get on. I'm not going to mention names, but you know who I'm talking about. All these guys, they're going to tell you, well, next Friday at 2 o'clock, I'm sure because I saw this post and this post. Get a life. I don't need that. I don't need to waste my life thinking about it's 2.17. So next Thursday like don't get lost in the sauce. Do what you were here to be done to do to. You guys are surviving the storm. So stay focused, focus, ascension. I mean, this is intel. What I'm giving you is deep intel. It's intel from 40,000 feet, man. It's like, do you want to spend your day looking at, well, there are people that need to do this. I saw this woman, Habbening, this morning, and she does a brilliant job of it. I'm not, listen, I enjoy, I spent 2 hours with Magic Eyes yesterday, 2 hours of my life looking at his intel. It's brilliant and so entertaining. But at the end of the day, if you're bored, go, if you're bored. So go somewhere else. Go to an Intel channel. I don't care. I don't listen. I'm not going by numbers. I'm going by my guts. I have a sense of purpose, and my sense of purpose tells me there are a lot of people that need to understand this is not just about Intel. It's that we are very good at looking at Intel. I don't even want to focus on that comment. I don't even, okay, you don't feel happy, you're bored, go somewhere else. Go to SG. SG Anon is brilliant, man. Go to Magic Eyes. Go to Phil. These are great guys. They'll keep you in suspense. You'll get to analyze the intel. The intel is we are inside the storm and we need to ascend. We need to save ourselves, save our souls. Okay, that's intel. Right. Some people are. I'm okay. So maybe I'm singing to the higher end of the spectrum. Some people need to go through the intel. I went through it. I'm sure Raven went through it too. We spent years looking at the intel. Is that really what you get out of it, Mark? I mean, is that really what you got from what I said? Is that's really your conclusion, or are you a troll? Like I said, you need to judge me. You could go to another channel. I don't care. I'm not looking for numbers. I'm looking for if I say something to Shell tonight and it makes her life better, then I've done my job. I've done what I came here to do. What did you do today, Mark? What did you do today? You know? Right. So if you want the intel, go to my intel channel. If you really want to get the intel, I posted everything over there. There's some big intel. If you don't want to come, I'm sorry. I'm sorry. This to me is big intel. Some people understand what I'm talking about. So Raven doesn't have another channel to go to get the big picture. Okay. Shell doesn't have a place to go to get the big picture. She can go to SGNon. You can go to SGNon. You can listen to Phil. They're great. They're brilliant guys. I'm trying to share something that I think could, for me, seems more important. Okay, if it doesn't seem more important to you, I mean, you have a choice. You don't have to waste your time. You could go. Thank you, thank you. I get. I don't know if there are a lot of trolls tonight, but the intel is everywhere, right? You can listen to 50 different channels. The intel is in your heart. That's what I'm saying. And that's what number 17 said. He said, focus, 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 ascend. That's the big intel. That's inside the storm. That's what we're doing here. No, Shell, I'm not saying you're a troll. No, I admire what you said. You said some beautiful things, Shell. I'm not saying you're a troll. I'm saying the people that are saying, like, where's the intel? They're trolls. They're like, go somewhere else. I don't need it. Mr. T. No, not Mr. T, but 17, the letter 17, Shell. Count the letters. If you get when you get the letter 17, our inside information, our most inside information that we're getting from very high sources said focus, focus, ascend. It didn't say spend all your time figuring out, I'll tell you what a lot of this is coming from, because I'm seeing a lot of these so-called intel people who are out for the world. They're really into, like, they have an agenda. Do I have an agenda? I probably do. I do have an agenda also, but I don't know. You heard this too? Yeah. It comes from 17. It comes from a post that was not put out long ago. Ascension is what matters most. That's exactly right, I think. I mean, we've been distracted before. We've been distracted with our jobs. We've been distracted with our poverty. We've been distracted with credit cards. We've been distracted with our mortgage. We've been distracted with bad medicine. We've been distracted with education we've been distracted with entertainment that's designed to destroy you. We've been distracted with movie stars and sports people that don't have a lot of good sense, and they're doing some stuff that's not so nice. So I think this is the big intel, man. I mean, and if you don't see it, I don't have a lot of numbers tonight. I mean, I don't have 1,000 people here. I mean, that's okay. If Shell has a better day tomorrow, I'll feel like I did something. I'm not even going to look at this post. I mean, yeah, you can't go back. Listen, I'm the same. They gave me all kinds of weird medicine, and I'm just like, to hell with you guys, man. You're more depressed than I am. I mean, I was just like, back in the day, I just said, I'm going fishing, man. I'm going fishing. I'm not dealing with any of this. And it's the same thing I'm telling you now. It's like, we're going fishing. We're going fishing for love, for life, for sense of purpose, for helping others, for doing the right thing, for making sure you don't make a big mess. I mean, if I sit here and make a big mess in my apartment, how is that going to help the world? It's just going to make it harder for me to function. It's like, and it's important. It's important that I do the dishes. You might say, well, somebody else should be doing the dishes for you. If you're really so important. I disagree. I think it's very important that I do the dishes, and I'm proud of myself for taking care of the house. That could be. I mean, you have to figure out for yourself, Shell. I mean, it's just, I work all the time on Ascension. Yeah, so much pressure. Yeah, maybe you need to just ease off and just let it happen. I mean, that's what I'm saying about thinking too much. Just live your life. I mean, like like Tracy said, before enlightenment, chop wood, carry water. After enlightenment, chop wood, carry water. Just, yeah, don't get so caught up in the ascension. Just get caught up in like living your life, doing the right thing, doing the laundry, going for a nice walk when you need to, drinking nice water. Is it real to break all negative thought? Oh, I missed that one. Yeah, I'm focusing on your shelter. I mean, to break all negative thought patterns, and I'm designing my new home in the fifth. Yeah, right. So, yeah, you have to decide. But that you can also get misled by the galactic folks. They're all about I've been in, man. I was hanging out with the Wiccans, and they were doing some pretty weird stuff, and calling it high level. I mean, so yeah, yeah, I know. There's all kinds of stuff going on. I mean, we are in the storm. We're literally inside the storm. The intel people are saying it. All the information is coming out. All the stuff with the little guys, and yeah, I'm sorry to rant. I just, it just seems to me that this is intel. To live a life. And this is how we're going to win the war, is by us learning how to live. We're not going to live vicarious lives watching movies anymore, or watching somebody else have a life while you sit down and live in misery. That's not going to work for us anymore, right? To watch I don't even know who the stars are. It's been so many years since I watched that kind of a movie. I have other issues. Okay, there's always higher levels to this. We're never going to like get to the place where we're levitating all the time. And but anyway, it's a beautiful world. But we can easily overthink ourselves. That's what I said from the beginning. So there is a kind of cohesiveness to my rant tonight, and that is, don't overthink it. Just do. Sometimes it's better just to do stuff, just to stay busy, keep your hands busy. There are a lot of distractions right now, and you could easily get caught up in thinking it's all going to happen tomorrow, March 1st, and it might all happen tomorrow, and then but you still, at the end of the day, you're still going to have the same issue. What are you going to do with your life? Like Elon Musk said, even if you have Jasara Nasara, all your debts are forgiven, suddenly you're rich. You know how many people go crazy when they win the lottery? You have to have a sense of purpose. This is a godly place, right? And our whole purpose here is to build a dwelling place for God in this world. So how do you do it? You do it by having a sense of purpose, by living a beautiful life, a life filled with meaning, a life filled with doing for others, a life filled with getting something done. And listen, there are days when I don't produce anything. I screw up too, man. I do it all the time. But, I pick myself up at the end of the day. I pick up myself after one of these spills, and I say, okay, man, let's just keep going, man. You had this issue and you dealt with it, and now it's like Viktor Frankl's talking about, they marched him along, and like a lot of people just gave up and just said, okay, man, I'm not going to make it. But we're not those people. We are the leaders of the world right here. I got the best of the best. And we just have to keep going. We have to be like Nakshan. I mean, I talked about Nakshan for years, really. And now I'm moving into the Tower of Babel. I want to understand that. Wait, I missed that show. Yes, absolutely, Shell. Absolutely. I definitely get down sometimes. Absolutely. That's part of the process. We never, we haven't escaped. I mean, I think, it's not like it used to be where I would be like, if I get down, it might be for like an hour or two, probably at the most, because I know exactly what I need to do. I know that I can't just lie on the couch and, if I'm overtired, I know I need to take a nap. But I know exactly. I basically have figured out from years of dealing with depression what I have to do to stay out of it. It's like I need a nap. I know I have to take a nap now. I cannot function anymore. I cannot think anymore. I have to take a nap. Oh, I have to do something. I can't just sit here. I have to go buy some groceries. I have to go for a walk. I have to, I know how to handle myself. Did I check my, I set up all these intentionally, all these things to keep myself busy. I have channels and other channels and investments and these products I'm selling, and I have to check them in. And I did that on purpose because I know myself and I know that I need to stay busy. My mother will tell you, my mom will say, Ellie, you need to keep doing stuff. I'm not a kind of a guy who knows, I don't like to take vacations because I don't know what to do. And the Rebbe said, what's a vacation? He said, what's retirement? What does that mean? What retirement? He's like, no, we came here for a reason. We didn't come here okay, I'm done. I'm done with my shtick. Now I'm just going to like lay on the beach. That's not called a good thing. Those people don't do well. You want to like, just, I don't know. This is just for me. I mean, again, Shell, you got to examine your own thing. But I mean, it's a process, and you have to love yourself. And loving yourself means like different things on different days. Some people just want to find things to complain about. Yeah, yeah, and it's a great way to make friends. People love to come together and complain about things. I'm not about that. I'm just not about that. I don't like to sit around and chat with people and complain about, oh, it's so tough out there. It's really horrible. Everything's bad. I'm like, I don't have time for that, man. We got to make this. We got to make the world. We are transforming the world. You and I, as a team, as a family, we are transforming reality. I mean, the Schumann resonance went off the hook one night when we were having a meeting. We evolved 3 years worth, they said, while we were meeting. We're not doing nothing. April 1st. Yeah, they're all talking about April 1st. But again, we get all hyped up about these dates. It comes and goes, and then we're heartbroken. I'm saying skip it. You know, file it in your mind. Say, okay, yeah, it could be April 1st, could be March 12th, it could be March 1st, it could be April 17th, it could be, I mean, there are all these dates out there, and people spend hours analyzing the dates and talking about how it fits the Law of War manual, and it's brilliant, and it's a great way for them to exercise their minds. But at some point, it's like watching a movie. I'm not watching. I'm not watching Tom Cruise get the girl. I'm not interested. I'm not interested in Tom Cruise. I mean, it shows how long it's been since I watch a movie. Flying a fighter plane. If I want to fly a plane, I'll fly a plane. I don't want to watch somebody else doing stuff. I don't want to watch somebody else and I don't want to get involved with like over obsessing about the intel. Well, when is Mr. T really coming back? Oh, it's going to be after we don't know how this is going to play out. And why spend a lot of time when we know it's happening? That's kind of what I think. That's what I'm trying to say, is that we are inside the storm. It's happening. For sure it's happening. We don't, we spent years together, years saying, when is something going to happen? Is it really happening? We spent years like that. Do you guys not remember? We spent the last 3 years, 2 years saying, I wonder if this is really happening. And now it's really happening. So we're going to say, okay, but is it really, really happening, or is it just kind of happening? And when is it going to happen? Or are we going to say, yoo-hoo, it's happening, man. This is beautiful. The storm is upon us. Do we have to wait for permission to, I have to, well, but is it really the storm? Is it, this is like, man, this is the greatest human victory in the history of mankind. And we're just sitting here going like, well, is it Tuesday, Friday? We're winning bigly. I'm sorry, I forgot the name of the guy. It's from Fox News. But when somebody on that caliber talks about a 40% rate, that means the storm is upon us. That means the information that they tried so hard to suppress. And I lost 5 channels, man. I mean, I know about these people. They tried so hard. I cannot say this word on and keep my platform. They would come in like this and take it down. But you know what? People are finding out. It's on the news. People are saying, well, 40%? Well, does that make sense? What is different? What is, that's like the big teaching thing. What is, yes, but Shell, absolutely, I get down. It's just that I've been working on myself for many, many decades, and I know I kind of know what to do. But yes, I not only do I get down, I do stupid things. Maybe this is a stupid thing what I'm doing tonight. I don't know. Maybe I should be, looking at, well, Whiplash says next Tuesday and Friday, and if I buy these particular, um, thank you, Gigi. I really appreciate that. I mean, somebody's giving me support. I mean, listen, guys, man. I know tomorrow is March 1st. A lot of things are happening. We're in the storm. Let me read my lips. We are in the storm. The information is pouring out. Even the normies won't be able to ignore it. It's happening. We've been waiting for years for this. So are we going to just say, oh gosh, let's worry about something else. We have to always worry. Can't we just go like, woohoo, we're in the storm, man. We waited for years. We've been talking about it. When is it going to happen already? It's happening. Let's be happy. Let's build a new world. We're coming into the Great Awakening. We're coming into the greatest liberating event in the history of mankind, in the history of the planet. We're reinventing Atlantis. We're reinventing brotherhood and sisterhood and comfort and peace and tranquility and production. Like Elon said, people need a sense of purpose. So we're doing it, man. We're elevating the universe. It's not just us, it's everybody. It's like all the galaxies, all the peeps, all the intergalactic, all our brothers and sisters in the skies, they're all looking at us going like, wow, man, those humans, they got emotions, they got feelings, they have free choice. When they're liberating themselves, the whole of creation is going to sing a song of joy, dance. So yeah, these boots are made for Gitmo. Yeah, and that's just what they'll do. Absolutely. And listen, let's just be happy, man. I mean, I'm sorry to bend your ears. But this is the Great Awakening, man. We're in it. We're inside of it. We're inside the storm. The information is pouring out. A 3-hour tour. A 3-hour tour. There's Gilligan, the skipper, too. All that's going to come out, guys. It's already probably coming out. So anyway, sorry to bend your ears, guys. I got through the whole hour. Did they release A 3-hour tour, yeah. Yeah, I didn't yawn, man. I had my coffee. Sequin for hair, it's amazing. It's really amazing. I put it on my wrinkles too, Shira, are like much less than they used to be. I slather the stuff. I put the stuff on a couple times a day. I put it all over my head. I put it all over my face. You can see my beard is even getting red a little bit. And but it's the attitude that we can do something about things that in the old days were just like, it took a 2-hour nap. Yeah, that could happen to me too. That's exciting, Shira. And yeah, it's an amazing world, man. I mean, I went to the supermarket. I keep talking about this is what brings me joy. I bought 5 cans of fancy tuna fish. I spent like I think $4 a can, and I got the and I ate tonight. I was a little bit hungry. I say I have my big meal at the at right, like at 2 o'clock in the afternoon. I have a big meal, and then I have maybe a little light meal at night. I've learned that that's much better for me. But I bought this can of smoked trout. I didn't know what I was gonna find when I opened the can. It took me a couple days to get up the courage to actually open the can. And tuna, yeah, real tuna. And they said, "Do not throw out the juice because we just stuck in a piece of tuna. That juice is really good stuff." It's like tuna, it's like real tuna. I mean, if you want, next time I'll bring you the can. It's just, but these are the kinds of things, yeah, a little bit of chocolate. I eat a lot of dark chocolate. I do. Um, I love my tuna. I mean, I haven't eaten tuna for years because it was so like, my ex always had this tuna, and it was like, what is that stuff, man? It tastes like Shrek, you know? But this is real tuna. It tastes like fresh tuna. It tastes like somebody took a tuna steak and cooked it. You can see it. It's all together. It's one piece. And so too the trout that I had tonight. I opened the can and it was like one piece of smoked trout. It was absolutely delicious. That's worth that, Shell, that's as like magnificent as like encountering angels about seeing an angel. It's on the same level. It brings me joy. Fish is exciting, yeah, for me, because I don't re I'm a real I'm very picky about my fish. I don't like fishy fish. Uh, by the baddies, yeah. Tuna with avocado on toast, that sounds good. Erwin, you the man. Comfort food, yeah, yeah, Shell, that exactly, man. That's sometimes we just you know yourself. You learn to know yourself, and it's like, you know what I need. But listen, 2 weeks ago, my comfort food was potato chips. This is not like I've been doing this for 50 years. I'm discovering everything every day. I found this really cool tuna last week. I was eating potato chips. I was like, okay, now no one's looking. I can eat the potato chips, and I got sores on my mouth. So I'm like, I don't really wanna eat potato chips anymore. I hate sores in my mouth. I'd rather eat something really delicious like avocado, right? Avocado on toast with, and it's all available. It's all there. Yeah, I mean, listen, yeah, I love potato chips too. Don't get me wrong. Vinegar, yeah. I don't like the vinegar ones. I like potato. I actually like ones that don't have a lot of salt on them. Charlie the tuna. But, you get sores from junk food too, yeah. It's disgusting. Who knows what they put in it? You know what they put in it. You know what they did at McDonald's. That's what's in these things. Stay away from what says natural. I talked about it this afternoon. I went back and I got some cold brewed coffee that didn't say it has NF in it, because I don't want that. It tastes funny to me. I think I can taste it. Hot Cheetos, yeah, and Chardonnay. Listen, yeah, I know. I stopped drinking, Shira. My best friend is still like, "Oh, Ellie, I wish you were drinking it. We had so much fun." But I can't. I just can't. I can't do it anymore. Yeah, it's not. Yeah, yeah, that's really right. It is not. Um, Wassa. Yeah, I had wassa with my fish tonight. I had the wassa. It was delicious. I had wassa and smoked trout in a can. It had skin on it. It was one piece. It's not like opening up a can of sardines, which is my usual go-to thing. Told the girl, yeah, you can cook with wine and cook. Yeah, I can do that. You're right. Absolutely. And I've done that. Yeah. The Great Awakening. Yeah. But my point, Donald, is don't wait. Be the Great Awakening. That's what this whole rant is about. Be the Great Awakening. Awaken yourself. Do I like edibles? I'm not sure what that means. Um, but Yeah, I mean, listen, I've been sober for a couple years. It was a great thing to do for me. My life is completely different now. And am I perfect? No. Do I still have bad habits? Oh yeah. Oh yeah. And every time I think, okay, man, I made it. I'm free. And it's such a good feeling. And then all of a sudden, I get that like, oh, the weed days are over. Yeah, I did. I'm confessing to you. I just want you to know that I did do some shrooms recently. It was for a good reason, and I can't really reveal what the good reason was, but it wasn't really for myself. And I didn't really get much out of it. I didn't really, because the the things you get from that experience, like it's pretty hard to take it home with you. I'd rather just wash dishes and just look at the water. Yeah, I'll sing. I'll sing. I'm thinking. I mean, what do you guys think about this? I'm actually struggling with my guitar playing because I put on very light gauge strings, thinking that I would be able to have more control, but I haven't really mastered it. Turning off the lights, turned off the lights in eight caps. Yeah, still get shadow band. Yeah, they're here, man. But we are the news. We are, that's not just a saying. We are the news, man. They can't, nothing can stop what's coming. And I didn't even drink a whole cup of coffee. How about that rant? Okay, let's see if I can pull it. Oh, here's the shine stuff we were talking about this afternoon that you spray on your wrist and you inhale 7 times. What's that buzz? Why is it buzzing? I got the most expensive guitar cord I could go because they said this is you really have to get this one because it's so good and it sucks. So I'm going to use my cheapo one. You hear that buzz? I'm working on myself, Shell. You'll see, man. I mean, it's a process, but at least I'm on the path. It's still buzzing. Why is it so buzzing? It's probably not grounded. Now it's not buzzing, but it's not on. Oh well. Yeah. Okay, so this is the song I've been trying to record it, so you guys are doing me a big favor. I can't seem to I haven't I'm feeling like the song seems a little sad and we don't need sadness now, but I think I think it after my rant tonight, I think this song actually makes sense. I'm not hearing the guitar. Why is it so it's not grounded? I don't know how to change that. What's this? No. Sorry about that. You're hearing that? Do you guys hear that buzz or is it just me? You thought that too, yeah? But I think there's a liberating aspect to it. It's just that, like, the buzz isn't bad. Okay. I mean, should I sing another song? Is there another song you'd rather hear? Tell me. I can't hear it, but it's okay. What song would anyone like to hear? I mean, there are only really three and a half. Like, there's The Great Awakening, there's The Winds of Jericho, and there's The Language of the Heart. Blues? You want me to play some blues? Okay. Winds? You want to hear the winds? How about I'll play a couple of blues riffs, and then I'll do The Winds of Jericho. It's buzzing. Wasn't buzzing before, right? Oh, maybe it's just that's the monitor. Gila! Gila's giving me a message. Let me just get this message from Gila. Maybe that'll. Gila sent me a video. Yeah, Tucker Carlson. Oh no. We're very close. And all the people on the inside know this. Of disclosure, we're very close to a sort of the sun's. We're already been multiple experiments. I've seen this in several insiders in which they put them in a room and they zap the energy, and our sun, when we go, they become telepathic and they can move things with their minds. Everyone's going to go into a psychedelic trip. Our government knows this is going to happen, and where we are, wide open to reality. You want to know about ascension, you want to know the world, to know we are very, very close. Okay, so that's the message from Gila. We're very close to ascension. Okay? I don't know why I can't hear my guitar. That's got the blues. Am I here? I'm just not hearing stuff. Maybe it's that. Maybe it's mine. I got the blues. I got the blues, Lord. I got those ascension blues, Lord. When the Lord get ready, you got to move. You may be high, you may be low, you may be rich, or you may be poor. But when the Lord get ready, you got to move. See that woman on the street, see the police on the beat. But when the Lord get ready, you got to move. Yeah, leaving the past behind. Yeah, just keep going. Just keep moving, Shell. Don't look back. Just, yeah, absolutely. Beautiful, beautiful thought. Yep. The past behind, nothing will ever be the same. It's gonna be amazing, man. It's gonna be absolutely amazing. That's what this guy is saying. That's what Agila sent me to saying. We're gonna be tripping our brains out. We're gonna see godliness with our eyes. We're gonna talk to Source. He's gonna like use us as like, we made it. We made it through this ghost. We're coming to the Great Awakening. We'll be like tripping our brains out all the time without drugs. It'll be amazing. Let's see what I did with it. Here we go. Left home on a Friday, dust by my side. Down dry gully through a ring of fire. Could see for miles, left the eagles behind. Purple and green piles of metal grind. The winds of Jericho, the winds of Jericho. A faceless maiden called out to me, left a silver slipper and a cup of hot tea. Never ride in the open to a prophet's grave. Better fill your basket with sky and wave. The winds of Jericho, the winds of Jericho, wake up time, my sleepy ones, open your eyes to the rising morn. Climb to her window, but don't touch her bed. The promised land lays straight ahead. The winds of Jericho, the winds of Jericho, the winds of Jericho. We're coming into the promised land, man. Don't get bogged down in the details. Just keep moving forward. So it's going to be good. It's going to be better than good. It's going to be amazing. Okay. We're going to be tripping our brains out with joy and purpose and godly energy. And I got to figure out my my guitar thing. I'm sorry. I thought I had it down. I got to work on it during the day. Try to get I couldn't really hear the guitar. It could be the battery. Could the battery have run down already? Yeah, I think that's what happened. For some reason that battery just keeps running down. I think I need to work on that anyway. I'm drawn to the ocean. I feel it's the salt. Yeah. Yeah, Shell, just take it easy. We love you. We understand you. We've been through exactly what you're going through. None of us do this thing perfectly. We're all working on ourselves. And that's the good news. Right? All right. So thanks for sticking with me. We're down to 281. I really lost a lot of peeps in the rant, and I don't know why my sound is not working tonight, but yeah, hang in there, Shell. We love you. It's not easy. Welcome to the club, man. We just keep going on. We're the special forces of love. Yeah, it's late. Okay, so we'll see you guys in the morning. I hope I didn't offend anyone, but no, I don't know what you mean. Imagine them. Yeah. Yeah, guys, just keep going. Just we got this, man. We're very close. That's what I'm saying. We're inside the storm. It's not like we're waiting. Tucker Carlson, that's who it is. When it comes out on Tucker Carlson, which is what it was good, he's everyone's about to wake up. And according to this thing that Gila sent me, man, the elites know that the solar storm is going to wake everyone up. Sheila McCarthy, find me on Mio's channel under KabbalahGuru. Comments, find me. Find me on Mio's channel under KabbalahGuru. Okay, I'll look. Yeah, okay, so anyway, we'll see you in the morning. Just have a great night and enjoy yourself. Get a good sleep. Eat a piece of fancy tuna fish if you can get it. Ride a bike. The other thing, one other thing I just want to mention. On my ride to the store, what did I see? It was a little bit of a windy day, not too much, but a bunch of guys surfing, man, in wetsuits, like about 20 dudes surfing. How cool is that? What a great life, what a great world that is, that grown men can go out there on these weird boards and, like, stand up and ride a wave. I mean, it's not something I would really wanna do, but I'm just saying, like, what the heck, man? It's a beautiful world. All right. Anyway, enough of my ranting. Have a great night, and we'll see you in the morning, please God. God bless.